Oh my gosh. We're back with a tripod and a background and a seat and editing. Oh my goodness. A new week, well, I mean, it's not really new, but we're going back to the good stuff. It's not just phone vlogs. Today, look at how ginormous my binder is. I got a bunch of paper yesterday. It's gotten to the point where if it opens up, it like moves. You know, like it just like opens out, like it's like a monstrous book of monsters. And then look. Wow. You can't really see it as well on the camera, but trust me, you don't really know why I opened it. I guess just to show you guys how freaking giant it is. So in the morning I went to my creative writing class, and today in my creative writing class I learned that a lot of the volleyball team got sick, but they're all still there at school, so that means that I'm going to have to try to avoid getting sick because I personally would rather stay not sick because I actually want to go to school every day so I can have the opportunity to be exempt from my finals, because that's like my main drive for like not missing any school. It's like, well, if I miss too many days of school, I won't be able to be exempt from my final, and I don't want to have to do all my finals. So that's my main drive, so yeah. Also, you might have noticed I got Sadness. So she's been added to the collection, got her over the weekend, thanks brother/mom. I don't know which one of you guys got it for me, but you guys are both out there and with the Hallmark, so thanks to both of you. Today was a relaxed day in my creative writing class. All we had to do was transfer what we wrote down on our papers and our rough draft to our iPad, and then we are going to email it to her so she can print it out and we can have a typed copy. I mean, I don't know why we can't just print it ourselves, I guess, so we don't have the excuse. Oh, my printer doesn't work. After creative writing, I went to apologetics. Today in my apologetics class, we didn't necessarily do much. Like literally, he gave us our quizzes back, which I already knew I got a 100 on because I checked the website. We just kind of went over faithfulness and what that means to us and just like a definition of it. And then he read some Bible verses and told like 1 or 2 stories. But then after that, there was still 15 minutes left of class. And considering that class is one of the 40-minute long classes, we didn't really do anything in class today. So we just had 15 minutes and I used that to study like I was doing last week since the vocab quiz was moved to this week today because our teacher forgot about it. So that's what I was studying in that class. And although I didn't make note cards today, I still got a 100, spoiler alert, for my English class. But still, that's awesome. I got a 100, so instead of going down, I just went up. So let's hope that that trend continues for the rest of this school year. After apologetics, I went to my Spanish class, and today in my Spanish class, we continued talking about the weather for a little bit, and we had a quiz over the weather, and we got our quizzes back from last week, which I didn't do too well on. I'm gonna be honest. Like last week, I was like talking about how I thought, oh yeah, that's like a 95 above, easy, but I ended up getting like an 89. And it's because of one thing. Like, I just accidentally did the wrong thing for like every question, so like, it's just one thing that I got wrong, but it cost me 11 points, and that stings a bit. It stings a little bit. During, or after the quiz, we started talking about time and just like filling time, and my notes were like amazing today. Like, this school year, it's like I'm getting into it. My notes were all color-coded and stuff. Like I had, sorry, there's a little dust ball in here. I had like pink, like cross notes where it's like, okay, put a star here, and then at the very bottom, this is what it means. Then I was just doing all that, and then, like all the clocks that I drew were like green, and then just I had blue and black kind of mixed in. And it's just like, oh yes, I'm still getting into it. And I think in part of it is just due to the giant binder that I have this year. Like this piece of paper in the front doesn't really have any class, but it's just my homework, and I have all my classes on it, and I have notes for the day that I could that I want to add into the video. Day 10 is today. Day 10, double digits. We're already in the double digits. The next milestone is 50, then it's 100. And after that, there isn't really a milestone, it's just kind of over. I have the of tonight, so I'm probably doing a video about that. And hopefully tonight, I'm not sure because I'm trying not to stay up too late tonight. Anyway, sorry, it's kind of what else I wouldn't say kind of rambled on and on and on and on. I also wonder if you can do that, if you like have the ability to have like one giant binder with all your classes. I know a lot of teachers like it's confusing. But if you get this kind where it's like all separated and you have each of your classes listed and stuff, then I'm probably just gonna do the social class in general because it's like I can say a lot of things. I can probably use some video, but I don't know, kind of babbling on as the cool kids say. Then I went to math. Today in math, we were just talking about shapes and angles and sides and numbers and other basic geometry stuff. So we were just kind of doing work and we finished up IXL and she was just kind of giving us definitions to write down, and I have some notes in the back of my binder in the graph paper section. When we were doing our work, there was there's a window like right in the back, and it's very loud. Like if you could hear a lot of kids running through it. And today, guess what? There was a lot of kids that just went up to the door and put themselves on it and just kind of like stared through the door. Whoa. After math, I went to lunch today. In lunch, they had hot dogs, but I had a chili dog because they had chili, and I was like, you know what? I'm really hungry. Might as well have a chili dog instead of a hot dog. And I had ranch, and I put my tater tots in ranch. And ranch just like makes everything better. Like, why don't people understand? Ranch and pizza, I'm gonna be honest. Ranch and pizza is a better combination than chocolate and peanut butter. There, I said it. Finally be free. Just kind of like, I mean, lunch was pretty normal today. I really like this lunch though because it's like there's only this one little spot and it just feels a lot better than it did last year and the year before. I don't know, maybe it's because it's in the cafe instead of like the gym area, but I like it better and I'm not going to try to endanger us being allowed in there. After, I was about to say after math, I mean I guess this technically is after math, but after math, after lunch, I went to my English class. Today in my English class, we had a vocab quiz and I got a 100 on it, as I said earlier. Whoops. At the very beginning of class, because we won the game last week, we got... Just a second, looking through my backpack. We got... cookies! And this is going to be my thumbnail, because why not? Clickbait, am I right? Woohoo! It's also gonna be the title of the episode if I haven't already used cookies. Also during English, we had the chance to work on our projects and just finish some homework and stuff for the class. She always has on movie soundtracks like in the background. Her movie for the most part, I think a game soundtrack might pop up occasionally because Child of Light did last week. But today, The Hunger Games, The Hanging Tree came on. I don't really know why, but I put that in my notes. So I guess that's worth mentioning. Before I leave, I want to say a few things, because that was pretty much the day. I left English and I went home, and now I'm here. Before that, I want to say a few things. One, thank you to Sarah for helping out with my math homework, because I would be way more lost if I didn't have your help, like Jack or Kate. That was a lost joke. Whoa, that would have been funny a few years ago. And today is the birthday of Professor Layton in the Diabolical Box, the US birthday, April 24th. I can't remember how old it was. I'm probably gonna look it up and feel very stupid for not knowing. I wanna say 6 or 7 years old. I have a lot of good memories with that game. It's probably in my top 3 Professor Layton games just because of how many memories I have to it. And it was the first Professor Layton game that I completely replayed the story. That's pretty much all I can think of at the top of my head, other than I'm glad that Justin had a good college years, life, thing. New Gravity Falls tonight, so I'm gonna try to get a reaction video up tonight or tomorrow. So I'll see you all tomorrow or tonight. So thank you all for watching. Goodbye, and have an awesome Monday. There's my hand. So I decided this would be kind of fun to have the cookies on video, because I've filmed myself eating so many other times, I might as well do it one more time, am I right? Plus, I mean, they look really good, and they're like kind of puffy, and that's like the best kind of chocolate chip cookie, or just cookies in general, the puffy kind, not the hard kind. So let's try this out. Now, it's all puffy. I didn't realize it was gonna be that puffy. That was really good. I would share this one with you guys if I could. Alright? Here you go. Take it. Oh look, you took it. Oh. Do you like it too? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just kidding. I'm not forcing you to comment. Hate it when people do that. It's a pet peeve of mine. See you tomorrow.